everyone, today I'll be doing this brand new documentary just dropped on Netflix, Untold The Liver King. This documentary is here and I saw this was coming on Netflix. I was thinking, who is this guy? He's getting his own documentary on Netflix? Wow. And after watching this documentary, first of all, Netflix, they dropped a comedy series. It's called Bad Thought. Like I watched these two show back to back, and if I'm being honest, like both of the show are like watching it's really beyond disgusting. Watching this thing, man, this show makes you like this Liver King, wow, it makes you feel physically very uncomfortable, honestly. Like this guy, first of all, I didn't know honestly anything about him, so like I'm really new to this. But the way this documentary was done, I'm like, wow, Netflix, how could you like make this way? This is really, end of it, you will be like, what? And especially this documentary does add all this influencer, like, they're biggest YouTuber and from TikTok and all this platform. They're here in this documentary and you're like, what are they doing here? The minute they show you all this influencer, it kind of make it pointless watching this. I mean, I get it, this guy, he's also influencer, and watching his story from the beginning till the end, if I'm being honest, I don't know what was the point of it. The only point was this documentary, which I don't think it was intentional from the creator. It's really like how people are so, I don't know, want to call people stupid, but really, these guys forward, they must be like what? Brain dead following this guy? Like what? So this guy, like really, he's the bodybuilder influencer, and based on this documentary, looked like he had a huge follower out there. People looked up to him because he was promoting himself like this huge bodybuilder. Like he's eating all raw raw animal organs. Like that is how he was promoting himself, that he's building his, oh god, even thinking about it, it's just so disgusting and gross. Like he's eating all this animal organ, and he sells basically all this like the natural health pills to people. And based on this documentary, sounded like he did had load of follower. Once again, who believes him and follows him? This is like, what are people this much stupid and dumb out there? Can someone tell me? Because I was like, who believe him? Like he's building his body by like eating this, like first of all, like human, like that is what I know according to the science, like you cannot actually digest raw meat or anything your body. So I don't know how he was eating. This documentary never explained that. How is that even possible? Like, am I watching some fairy tale story here? So this documentary actually tells us that when his fan actually found out that he was taking steroid, and he was actually lying to people, his fame kind of like faded. And although this documentary, watching this, I guess it was point to tell the audience that he learned a lot from that experience. But honestly, listening to this guy, he just so arrogant. I don't think he learned anything. Because end of this documentary, that is the impression I got personally. However, this documentary does brings his two sons, his wife, and oh wow, this guy is actually rich. Like he lives in this huge farm, and I was there thinking, wow, he did make a fortune out of this. And he was telling the story about like his dad, and he looked up to his dad, and he wanted to make his son strong, and like he's actually making them do all this exercise. He also makes them eat all these like things. And once again, watching this, it really makes you feel very uncomfortable. End of this documentary, simply because this guy is really arrogant. Listening to him, you're like, whoa. like the way it's end, it sounded like this is like this very arrogant, self-centered, lying person. That is the way it ends. And I was not thinking like, wow, who listened to this loser once again? People who follows him, like what? They are this dumb? Are you Netflix? Then again, this guy is really successful, you know. So this documentary kept telling us that like the reason he fall from his fame, because you know people found out that he was taking steroid and everything, and I was there once again thinking, wow. I review Netflix documentary all the time, and this documentary, I must say, watching it, it was quite disappointing the way it ends. I was there thinking, wow, this was really pointless documentary. That is what I was thinking. Like, first of all, this is really disgusting. If you don't know this guy, who is he and what is he about, you will be disgusted by watching all this raw meat, and he's like trying to eat and everything. Wow, he's like, oh wow, I cannot think, it's so beyond disgusting. So, but anyway, his arrogancy, listen to him, like all this influencer comes on, even they are like there and giving their opinion, and I was there thinking, wow, this is really pointless documentary I'm watching. And I review Netflix documentary all the time. Honestly, I found this really very useless, disgusting, and pointless documentary I have seen on Netflix. Like, no point watching this. You just watch this guy brag about his success and everything. Then he forcing all his belief to his kids, which makes you feel very uncomfortable about him, honestly. End of it, I was like, just like, wow, Netflix, this is pointless documentary. And that was my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this documentary? If you enjoyed this review, don't watch other reviews on other show. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe until I see you next time. Please take care.